What's going on, guys? This is Kevin Muller from Cinephellas. I am the movie guy, and I'm here to talk about a very big movie that came out about 2 weeks ago, Batman. You can see I'm a big fan. I've had this shirt for over 10 years. It's been with me since the Dark Knight Rises, actually. I think I picked it up in the summer of 2012. Anyway, so how is this new one? It's not known. It's not Bale or, it's a whole new gang. You got Matt Reeves, that did Planet of the Apes, Cloverfield. You have Robert Pattinson, who's most famous for playing Edward Cullen in the Twilight movies, and a whole bunch of other guys. It's good. It's actually really good. The more I think about it, because I saw it twice, and I wanted to digest it a little bit. Hence why it's taking me so long to review it outside the podcast. Be sure to check out our podcast from last time. I think we just put it up. We pretty much share our thoughts, but I'm here to basically expand about what I thought. Now, is this the perfect movie? No. I thought it was all long. I'm not really that into comic books. I like Batman. I appreciate him. I've read some of the comic books, but I'm not really that. I'm more of a Batman movie fan. And I thought this one was very, very good. And any flaws that are in this thing is completely overshadowed by the fact that Reeves is swinging for the fence here. And he hits them almost so out of the park. It's a very, very, very ambitious picture. You can see the money up there, and it's very well made. It's not some schlock. It's not a clone of the MCU. They're not trying to be the MCU, and most importantly, it doesn't look like they're going to try to set up any type of cinematic universe with DC with this movie. Reeves just wants to tell his own story using his own characters at his own pace, and I admire that. I am very into where this goes because he has the opportunity to do something that I don't think has ever been done before. Yes, we've had the realistic take of Batman with Nolan, we've had the gothic weird kind of one, and we've had the comic book based one with Zack Snyder and Ben Affleck. Fortunately, Ben Affleck didn't get to expand his vision. I have heard through the internet, I've read some things that movie was just kind of like a bridge to the DCU. And Reeves read the script. He wasn't really too keen on it. So he went back and wrote a movie that is like a crime drama. This is a detective story. You could take out Batman. You could take all these characters, really just Batman, because he's really the only one in constant besides Riddler. But you could take out the Batman and you could just put him as like a detective, like Spencer Tracy, Clint Eastwood, and anyone. And it would still be a very, very good story. It's a noir. It drips of noir, film noir. So if you're into that, I'd be very, very surprised if you didn't care for this movie. In this story, I don't want to give too much away because the plot is very, very big, and it is my favorite part of the movie. You have crime going on in Gotham. Batman's in his second year. He has a relationship with Jim Gordon. Their dynamic is great. Jeffrey Wright. People are going to, think about the color. I liked him. I thought he brought very sophisticatedness to the role, but also very hardened cop kind of nature too. So Batman and him are solving crimes, and specifically riddles that give clues that Gotham City, is not the most astute moral place filled with the best people, especially those people in power. That's basically what I'm going to say, because the less you know about this one going in, the better. The production design is amazing. We talked about on the podcast about how Gotham City this time actually feels like a comic book city. I love Nolan films over there. I got the box set, and I do prefer the Nolan films overall. But there are some aspects with this one I like better, and the city design is basically it. It's a mixture of a real city, of a gothic city. It's a mixture of a whole bunch of different aesthetics coming together. What else? The performances were great. Pattinson, I liked. I wasn't too sure about him. He's an okay Bruce Wayne, but this Bruce Wayne in the story is kind of a weirdo, very stiff, very quiet, very menacing, just as menacing as Batman. He plays it differently than Bale, Kilmer, Clooney, and Affleck. He's not a smooth talking playboy. He's kind of a loner. It kind of makes sense. And it does bother me. It did bother me, but when I realized what they're probably going to do, that he's going to have to fit the persona of Bruce Wayne to save the city, because that's who he's going to show Gotham City, while Batman, takes out the trash on the side, he'll be the face. So that didn't bother me that much. And Pattinson is very good. I liked him. He adopts more of a whisper than like a gravelly, raspy voice. Let's see. We got Paul Dano as the Riddler. I've always loved Paul Dano. A little bit over the top, but overall very menacing. Modeled himself after the Zodiac Killer. We got Catwoman, Zoe Kravitz, Michelle Pfeiffer, still my number one, but she's a second. She's better than Hathaway. I liked Hathaway too. I did not hate Hathaway. Way better than Halle Berry. And is that it? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, way better than Halle Berry. Let's see who else. Then we have. I thought Andy Serkis was okay as Alfred. He's really not given that much to do besides help Bruce with the riddles, and in that aspect, he helps Bruce. It's very smart, very sharp, very close to Bruce. But as with Bruce Wayne, I think we're going to see more of him in the sequels. But my favorite performance in the movie has to go to Colin Farrell as Penguin. He's buried under prosthetics, a fat suit. He doesn't sound like Colin Farrell. He adopts like a Brooklynese accent. He plays it like an Italian mobster, and he's hilarious. He's getting his own HBO spinoff on HBO Max series that will expand upon his character before the next movie. I'll be there day one. Day one. Anyone who does not like Colin Farrell, go see this movie. If you don't like him in this movie, you're just not a Colin Farrell fan, because he is spectacular as Penguin. The score by Micah Giacchino, amazing. That's one thing that Batman has on his side all the time. He has great composers to give them great music, and Mr. Giacchino's music does not disappoint. It drips with noir. It's very sexy with the Catwoman theme. It's very sadistic and dangerous with the Riddler theme, and it's very bold, heroic, and gothic with the Batman theme. The cinematography by Greg Fraser, who is up for an Oscar for Dune next Sunday. Fantastic, adds to the world, makes it look like a comic book. The overall production of this thing is incredible. It's incredible. I saw it twice. I saw it on IMAX and I saw it on a regular theater. And each time, specifically that car chase, you've seen that car chase in the trailers and the TV spots. It's incredible. It's incredible. The sound design is incredible. If that is more of what we're going to get in the future films, I'm on board with Reeves. I am on board with Reeves. I shouldn't kind of question that. The ending is very, very, very controversial. And I'm not going to say it. Don't worry. But I really like where Reeves is going to take this. It's, as I said in the beginning of this review, it's not like other Batman films where everything is kind of like ABC. There's a lot of curveballs here, and it's pretty violent. It's pretty violent and adult themes. People have compared it to Seven, and that is apt. I guess Paul Dano would be the Riddler, would be John Doe, or kind of like a Jigsaw. It kind of makes me think what this would have been like if Nolan was supposed to, have the Riddler and Joker as the villains in the third Batman movie, The Dark Knight Rises. And then unfortunately Heath Ledger died, because I think they were going to do the whole thing where Heath Ledger was locked behind bars, but he would help Batman solve the riddles. And, kind of like a Silence of the Lambs thing. We'll never know, but that's where I think we're going. But, I'm not here to talk about the Nolan movies. I thought Riddler was great. It was good. I said a little bit over the top, but I liked it. He'll it looks like he'll be back too. That's about it. I'm definitely going to see this again. It's coming out on HBO Max in about a month. It's already cleared, I think, $300 million. It's a success here in the States. I don't think it's doing that well in China, but whatever. It's doing well here. It's gonna get another one. Oh, one more thing. The detective thing, the detective part of Batman is fully explored here. That is the best thing that Reeves does, and that's the best thing that makes this one stand out against the other Batman movies. Yes, he did detective stuff in the other ones. It wasn't that big as this, and it's cool. It's really cool. Some of the ways that Bruce Batman, you want to say, and Gordon basically followed the breadcrumbs. They test out ways to basically find out information using the technology at Bruce's disposal, since he's a billionaire. Really, really cool stuff. Loved it. Hope that isn't the sequel too. I hope that Reeves doesn't basically just make the whole next one just action. I would love to see the detective stuff come back, because it's really good. It's a very big aspect of probably what you've been hearing about the film, and it that clears the fences as far as hanging out of the park. Yeah, yeah, that clears the fences. There's no hesitation of that ball. Say, hey, I don't think that's going to make it out. No, that makes it out. I loved it. Again, I hope he does it again. Overall, a little long, very ambitious. You got to admire its ambition. It takes chances. It doesn't play it safe like so many of these big budget Hollywood movies do. Overall, I would give it a 4 out of 5 hair pieces. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. And that may go up the more I watch it, because I feel that years down the road, this is going to be seen as a masterpiece, because it pretty much is, like two of the guys on the podcast, it was Bob and I think, yes, Bob and Niall, they loved it. They, you can, again, watch that podcast. Logan just posted it. And yeah, overall, I liked it, had a great time getting to see it again. And I definitely think you should answer the call like Batman would and go see it again. That is it. My name is Kevin Muller. And as we say on the podcast, cheers.